This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Wednesday, August 14. So glad you can join us. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. The fire is all over and the smoke has cleared at Bees Recycling in St. Thomas. Today, management spent the day assessing the damage and what could have led to the massive fire. Paul Bino, the owner of Bees Recycling, told Barbados Today fire officers extinguished the blaze in the wee hours of this morning. He is, however, baffled as to what caused the fire. Bino, who regretted the incident, acknowledged the concerns raised by residents in surrounding communities about the plant. He says he too is anxious to move to expand his business.
That we are more than ready to move. But we still got one or two little things to tidy up, and I'm hoping that this time around, that now that the dark cloud have moved, the silver line now would be, that everybody will be able to see the silver line so that we can get moving. Because we have a piece of equipment there sitting down now for the last 8 years or so that will shred a whole car and separate it. And you get good clean material, also a fridge, a stove, a washing machine and so on. And I know for a fact that the fridges right now is a problem around this country, but we're hoping that the silver line would help remove all those things.
In the meantime, Bino assured that he will continue to adhere to strict safety standards.
Fires or anything that can cause harm to body or property, I ain't a part of that at all. So any safety measures that I believe or we believe here that is safe, and some that I have seen abroad, I would like to stick to those rules and regulations because safety first and anything else after.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic told Barbados Today his ministry has not received any reports of any health challenges experienced by residents in communities affected by the smoke. He, however, says the recent fires at recycling plants are cause for concern. Bostic says his ministry is prepared to meet with the Ministry of Environment and National Beautification on the matter to find solutions to the worrying problem. A new charity was launched today. It's the Oliver and Janet St. John Christian and Hyacinth Akbadamashi Foundation charity. It offers scholarships and grants to eligible Barbadians to pursue studies in engineering, health, and will seek to advance education in Barbados. Trustee Hyacinth Akbadamashi says the charity is in honor of her parents who believe in providing service to others.
Its main purpose is to carry out a collective desire of my parents, Oliver and Janet St. John. They were always regarded as the unofficial welfare officers, and many persons would have benefited from their acts. Therefore, we are merely carried out their wishes. We are also echoing the words of two famous persons. Muhammad Ali observed that service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Sir Winston Churchill said it's just appropriately when he stated that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
Education Minister Santia Bradshaw told the gathering at the Coleridge and Parry School that the charity will make a substantial contribution to the island's development.
Despite my elation surrounding the large number of awards that our students have been able to access through the funding of the government of Barbados, the reality is that there are many other students who excel but do not qualify for such awards. Another reality is that the funding available to the government of Barbados is limited because of competing wants. It is because of these realities that I am thankful for the substantial investment being made by the charity being launched today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now. In Guyana, opposition forces step up the pressure on the David Granger administration to set a date for general elections. The party led supporters in protest, saying it is for the greater good of all Guyanese. More in this Handel Duncan report from HGP-TV News.
The hierarchy of the People's Progressive Party Civic, along with its supporters, were on the streets again on Tuesday. It was a massive protest, with many of the protesters all riled up. According to Irfan Ali, presidential candidate of the PPP, it's another sacrifice by the people of the country.
It's another day, another protest in the interest of democracy, another protest in the interest of the rule of the law, another protest in the interest of protecting our country against a growing dictatorship, another protest in defense of what is constitutionally right, another protest in defense of our Constitution. And it can take us every day, another day, and we will be here because what we are protesting for, what we are working for, what we are fighting for is the greater good, and that greater good is for all Guyanese.
The president, according to Ali, has a responsibility, and that responsibility is to announce a date for elections.
And dissolve Parliament, and that is why we are out here today, so that the president may fulfill his responsibility of dissolving Parliament and naming a date for elections.
It was probably one of the largest protests led by the opposition within recent times outside the ministry of the presidency.
And on the international scene, panic gripped Wall Street today amid fears over a US-China trade war and the health of the global economy. The three main stock markets closed 3% down, with analysts pointing to signals that the US may be heading for recession. Weak data from Germany and China and another attack on the U.S. Central Bank by President Donald Trump helped fuel a rush for haven assets like gold.
The closely watched bond market indicator pointed to a renewed risk of recession. Gerber Kawasaki CEO Ross Gerber.
The bond market is rarely wrong, so I don't, like to bet against the bond market. I think the bond market is making a very clear statement right now, which is trade wars are horrible for the global economy, and Trump's America First policies are maybe good in some ways for America on the short term, but really bad for America and the global economy on the long term.
And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.